Hi, it's Stephanie. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my channel. Baby, it's cold outside. I don't know where you are, but where I'm at, it's cold. And there's this problem. When it's cold outside and you want to use your phone, you have to take your gloves off. And then you put them on, and then you take them off. Yes, some of them say they work with the little thingy, but it doesn't always work. And then you take them off, and then you put them on, and you can't do your thumbs, so you take them off. Gloves. Same with the camera. You want to take pictures. You kind of need the gloves off. So I was thinking, with fingerless gloves, that's just cold. Your fingers are still cold. I don't know where this idea kept popping up for me, but I decided I wanted to make an old-fashioned muff. They used to do them back in the olden days. They used to have this little furry thing that you would put your hands in. So I made a muff. This is my muff. It has a cute little leather handle, and I'm just in love with this. So I want to show you how I made this. But first I have to tell you how long and arduous the process was, because this simple little muff that just takes a few minutes to make was hard to figure out. So first, let me just show you this one. Actually, no. Let me tell you the story. I thought I wanted to make a muff, so I made this. And this just, I couldn't figure out how to turn it. Like, I thought, it's just a tube, right? And this is supposed to be the inside. This is supposed to be the outside. I got this like upholstery material. I thought it was super cute. I got this soft fuzzy to go in the inside. Thought it was super cute. I couldn't figure it out. It's just stuck. And I thought, well, I shouldn't just make this up. Maybe I should try to find somebody who already knows how to make a muff and do what they are doing. So I found this girl. I actually found a whole bunch. I went on YouTube, typed in how to make a muff, got a whole bunch of them. So if you want to, type that in and you'll see what I saw. But I found this one that I liked the most. And so she had it the simplest. So I copied her, and I'm going to put her video in my description so you can see the same one I watched. Then I made this muff. I put a little handle on it. I put the fur on the inside. This is what I had in mind. And it's just dorky. It's just not right. I thought hers was too big, so I made mine littler, and it's too little, and hers had stuffing. I didn't put stuffing. So I decided to copy her and stop trying to make it up. So this one, gone. Reject number 2. So using only scraps, I made a muff following her instructions, and I got a lot closer. I made this one. This scrap right here is from when I made the infinity scarves, and this is the same fur that I had a bunch of from my first 2 trials that didn't work out. And what's cool about this one, I used a ribbon for the handle. So there's nothing wrong with this one. The only thing I didn't like about this one is she said to use batting, and I had some batting, and I used what I had, but it's super thick, and I thought, you know, it didn't look like what she was using. So I went to buy some batting. But before I say anything, I want to say this turns inside out. How cool is that? Because maybe you want the fur on the outside, because it's super soft. Both fabrics are super soft. So you could wear this with the fur on the outside, and then you just stick your hands in here. Nothing wrong with this one at all, but I really wanted the perfect muff. So I decided to go buy fur, because hers was fur. Everybody's was fur. So I decided to buy faux fur. So I went and looked, and oh my gosh, the faux fur is super expensive, you guys. It was like $40 a yard at Joann's. And so I just rejected the $40 one. I thought, no, because this is just a trial. Look at my mistakes. I'm not paying for that. And so I picked this out. It was on sale, and I actually started to fall in love with this. I thought it's kind of cute. It's brown and black, and I just thought that was super cute. And so I went to look for the lining to put in there, something soft to put inside, and I just couldn't find anything that went with it, because like the black didn't look good with it. It just looked weird. So I decided I'll just make the lining the same as the outside. And that's what I did. And I think it turned out great. And this piece of fabric, this faux fur, cost me $5. So it really wasn't much at all. And I have enough to make at least another one, maybe 2 more. I bought this little leather strip, and I made it into the handle. It's brown. It's kind of a coppery brown. And so I have my little handle so I can hold my muff. and put my hands inside. And it's reversible too, but it's the same on the inside as it is on the outside. And actually, I kind of like that. So it turned out great. I absolutely love it. And I filmed my process of making it. I'm not going to call it a tutorial, but I'll show you me following her directions. Okay, I just wanted to kind of walk you through this part because this was the key that unlocked the whole thing for me. You have this right side sewn together with a lining. You want to turn it right side out. Just turn the whole thing right side out. Now, as you have the whole thing right side out, you're going to turn it again halfway so that you can get the right sides together. And this is where you're going to sew the ends. So you want to get right sides together of the lining and right sides together of the main fabric. Okay, and then you want to pin that right sides together all the way around. If you're going to insert a strap, this is when you want to do that. So I inserted my strap all the way in and just leave the ends sticking out and pin that nice and firm so that when you're sewing your right sides together, I put it on the right sides in the corner. When you're sewing your right sides together, that strap will get caught up in there. Now you're on the lining part and that's where all the fluff is. So it's super thick, but you want to leave a gap of 5 inches. This is how you're going to turn the muff. So you need to leave that gap there. I marked it with double pins. So when you're sewing, you want to catch all the layers, but make sure to leave that opening, the 5-inch opening, because that's how you're going to turn the muff. Okay, remember that 5-inch gap that you left in the lining? Now it's time to put that to use. You just want to reach in and start pulling through the rest of the muff. It's just, you're going to turn it all right side out. So pull it through that little opening. Just be gentle and work it. Hopefully you backstitched those 2 areas between that gap. That helps. But if you rip it open a little bit, don't worry. You're going to be sewing it shut by hand in just a moment. So pull the whole thing through using that 5-inch gap. And now you should be on your lining side. So if my fabric was a different color, this would be the inside, the lining side. So I'm going to sew up the lining, and then when I turn it right side out, that will be on the inside. It's hard to tell because I use the same fabric for the inside and the outside, but this is the literal inside. Okay, so that's the opening. Time to sew it up. Just a little note here. I did decide to sew up the batting as a separate kind of little task. So that I sewed up the batting together, and as soon as that's sewn up, I just go ahead and sew up the lining on top of that. It just seemed like a good idea. It's an extra step you don't need to take, but I did. So what did you think? That was easy. I can make these all night. I love my muff. I can't wait to use it. I'm thinking Christmas. Who wouldn't want this? So soft. Yes, you could put pockets in it, but I didn't want mine to be a purse. But now that I'm thinking about it, a muff and a purse together might be kind of a cute idea. So we'll see about that. But right now, mine is just a muff. It was super easy to make. It didn't cost very much to make, and I have enough batting to make quite a few of these because I bought a bag of it. And so thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're cold, maybe you need a muff. I really, really appreciate you watching my channel. If you'd like to see more videos like this one and others, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave me a comment. And if you make a muff, I'd like to see a picture. Send me a picture. I'm always on Facebook. You can send me a picture on Facebook. I'll leave my contact information so you can come find me on Facebook. Let's be friends, and you'll see me wearing my muff. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.